Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue. Now, in the last part, we fought our way from Fuchsia City to Mount Moon, which is always one of those routes where you kind of say, oh, it's not that long, but there's quite an intense trainer density there. Like, there are a lot of trainers for such a small area. I'm actually going to double back here, seeing as this is probably the best time to do it, because we might as well hunt for Jigglypuff here. They're not actually that rare, and we might as well catch them now. Spearow we already have. We are already quite happy with Buzzar, who's actually making a name for himself. Cat Denning is ridiculously ugly at the moment. What do you mean I can't escape? I'm about ready to start this video all over again. If this Spearow is just going to take out Cat Denning without a buy or leave. As you can see, I actually put, let's give Beyonce a go here. As you can see, I actually put the goddamn koi poo into the computer. That doesn't mean that I'm never going to be using it, or that I've actually decided yet whether I'm going to train it or just catch a Raticate in the wild. It actually just means that, I don't want to end. There are some Pokemon that we'll be catching that I'll want to train, definitely, because I like them, and I don't want to end up with them being sent to the PC just because the goddamn koi poo is in my party, and then we won't be able to use them. And we're not going to be using the goddamn koi poo for the moment anyway, so I just decided to put them into the PC altogether and free up my party with some extra space. Because the koi poo absorbs all the space and all the air in your party. And if you try to use a Pokemon, nothing but rat-ta-ta-ta-ta is coming out. There's like some song what song did that just remind me of when I said like rat-ta-ta-ta-ta? It's like rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta or something. It's like it was like one of those rap guys' girlfriends is what it is. Well, Beyonce gained a level. I'm just gonna heal up real quick and be back there. 2 seconds. Can't you catch Jigglypuff down here as well, though? Like, I don't think I have to, like, catch it in that one solitary patch of grass over there by that lady. I think I just associate over there with Jigglypuff because she has a Jigglypuff as well. Well, here's a Pidgey and it's level 7. I mean, I don't have Pidgey, so I might as well catch it, you know, and have it off my list. There'll be one more Pokemon biting the dust. Is Cat Denning the most sensible Pokemon to be fighting this Pidgey with? Not so sure about that one. It doesn't know, I don't think it'll know Sand Attack yet though, will it? It knows Gust, which will make it a bit more formidable rather than it just knowing Tackle or whatever. Even though Gust isn't as useful in this game as it is in later generations. Like, because at least in later generations, it's a flying type move. Like, when you get a Ho-Oh in Pokemon Silver, and it learns Gust, well, that's actually somewhat of a legitimate move, because it's a flying type. In this game, it's just a normal type. So you get your Pidgey, and it knows Gust, and you're like, oh, great, this will be really useful for taking out all of those bug-type Pokemon that I've been seeing everywhere at the beginning of the game. And then it's not even super effective, so it's not even as useful as you thought it was going to be. Which is one of the reasons why Spearow is just, like, offensively, Spearow is just a superior Pokemon, like Spearow and Fearow for that matter. I mean, having access to a move like Drill Peck, just in general, it basically means that you have access to a really strong flying attack that doesn't take 2 turns to do. Apparently, Pidgey is a common sight in the forests and woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. Do you want to give a nickname to Pidgey? Yeah, sure. I was going to go, the first thing that popped into my head was Oko-san. So I might as well just go with it. For those of you who didn't watch my, now doesn't that have a hyphen in it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We'll put a hyphen in it anyway. For those of you who didn't watch my Hatful Boyfriend LP, there is a character in it called Oko-san, who's, while he's not my favourite character in the game, he's still, like, he's just a regular pigeon, and I think that's what makes his name, like, more appropriate to Pidgey, or maybe that's why Pidgey reminded me of him. because I mean, like, the other pigeons in that game that where I have more of an affinity for them, or where I'm more, where I like them more. Wait, what is up with these Spearows that won't let me escape? I'm like twice your level, man. While there are other pigeons like Sakuya or even Ryota for that matter. Oh well, here he is, Jigglypuff. Level 3. Careful, Beyonce, we don't want to end up killing the goddamn thing. Whoa, okay, that was close. Yeah, you sing. Might as well just try and catch it now with a Pokeball. If all else fails, I'll just send out, probably Cat Denning. That's probably the Pokemon I have that'll do the least damage. Yeah, you use Sing. But Cat Denning has like 0 HP, doesn't she? Yeah, 5. That thing uses 1 double slap, and I'm gone. Use Pokeball one more time. No, we're gonna have to get it down another bit. Now it's content. See, the thing is, I'm pretty sure any attack that I use... We'll try Oko-san. Because at least if Oko-san gets killed, if it uses double slap and Oko-san gets killed, then, at least then I can switch out to Cat Denning without it... Oh no, or we can just kill it straight off. Okay, brilliant. Well, we killed our first Jigglypuff, guys. Congratulations. Getting back to Oko-san, while there are other pigeons in that game where I have more of an affinity for them, and where I just downright like them better. Oko-san is always like a cool guy, and he's kind of more of just a regular pigeon, like a bog standard regular pigeon. Actually, I think it would be almost an affront to one of my more favoured birds, like Sakuya or one of them, to even debase their honour by naming a Pidgey after them. Like a Pokemon that I don't even really like all that much. Like, Pidgey has like a certain quality that's likable, like, I mean... I'm actually going to switch out to Oko-san right now, because that's probably the Pokemon that I can deal the most sensible damage to a Jigglypuff with, but... like, I mean, Pidgey is likable to a certain extent. It has that kind of beginner Pokemon purity to it, you know, that you just have to like. I just think it's not very usable. Here's another Oko-san right here. And a stronger one at that. No one's allowed to be stronger than Oko-san. I think the time has come where I'm just going to clip to finding my next Jigglypuff, guys, so I'll see you in 2 secs. Oh, okay, I found another one. Brilliant. Okay. Actually, one other positive benefit to playing this on the N64 is that I can just fast forward when I'm searching for things, which just makes things a lot easier. Will I sand attack it? I think maybe using one sand attack would be useful, just so that double slap isn't as effective if it ever does use it. But this Jigglypuff is mine, guys. I'm not going letting another Jigglypuff slip through my fingers here. Just look at its face. It's just, actually, what's up with its eye? I only like all the times I've seen this Jigglypuff sprite from Pokemon Blue, even though, as I was saying in previous videos, I'm probably more used to the sprites in Pokemon Yellow. But this funny Jigglypuff sprite, its eyes are kind of like weirdly misaligned. Like if you look at its eye on the right hand side, it looks like it's a bit higher up than the eye on the left hand side. It just looks like kind of derpy, if you ask me. I was just gonna say, don't put me... No, I didn't want to use Sand Attack again. Even though actually it's probably going to be useful. See, this is what the thing, at least, like, if I use, like, Sand Attack, then its Sing is less likely to... Okay, we're in the same stupid position as we were last time. I'm gonna switch out to Cat Denning here. Because at least maybe Cat Denning can do a small amount to it with, Of course, you hit! Of course! You hit this stupid thing. Cat Denning. Just look at its eye. Like, what's that? I just can't even look at this thing. Cat Dennings herself, like the actress, is someone... Like, I wasn't going to say that she's ugly or anything, because she's not. She's actually quite beautiful, but she's beautiful in kind of... Or, like, she's good looking in a kind of a non-standard way, if you know what I mean. Like, she's not classically beautiful, or she's not kind of pretty or anything like that, or she's not cute, but she's kind of like she has a kind of a strong look about her. Like, she's good looking in a kind of a strong way, like not in your most generic, regular sort of manner. Like, if I said, like, oh, picture a beautiful woman, then you're not going to picture Kat Dennings. Oh my god, it was a critical hit at that. But you know what I'm saying? If I say picture a beautiful woman, more than likely you're not going to picture Kat Dennings in your mind's eye. But if I showed you a picture of Kat Dennings, then she actually is very good looking, and she actually is very beautiful in her own right, if you know what I mean. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Metapod, I don't think Metapod can have the same claim to fame as Kat Dennings in that regard, because Metapod is just downright ugly. But in saying that, we actually did successfully catch Jigglypuff, the balloon Pokemon, and when its huge eyes light up, it sings a mysteriously soothing melody that lulls its enemies to sleep. Do you want to name Jigglypuff? Yeah, sure. Jigglypuff. The first thing that popped into my head was like Caliente, like well, no, will that fit in? Will I be able to call it like Ms. Caliente, like Jiggly Caliente? I wonder if like that's where like Jiggly Caliente's name comes from. Not Miss Jiggly, like Miss Jiggly. Well, that might even fit better, because I don't think Caliente will fit in with like all of those. Will Miss Jiggly fit in? J. I think it actually will. Miss Jiggly. How cute. Miss Jiggly. I just can't stop saying that now. It's just infectious. Miss Jiggly. I wonder if that's like where Jiggly Caliente's name even comes from. Because it could be, like, I mean, it could be a legitimate possibility. It could also be the case that Jiggly's Caliente, that the name just comes from the fact that Jiggly Caliente is a pretty jiggly person in general, like, as far as her format is concerned. Format is such a funny word, like, it's a word that I've started using to describe people's physical form. And it doesn't make, like, it's only when I think about it that I realize, oh, people don't actually use that word that way in English, because it's something that you can say in German. Like, you can say, like, oh, that person's format, and that means, like, their general shape or whatever. Like, you can refer to their format. But it's not something that you generally say in English, which is something that I find kind of hilarious then. Deposit. We'll actually deposit Oko-san, because I think I'm happy enough with Buzzar at the moment, and Buzzar is actually a legitimate level. Miss Jiggly, we're going to deposit her for the moment as well. Like, I'd like to use Miss Jiggly a bit more, but just not at the moment. Oh, do you know what we can actually do? Team Rocket attacks Cerulean citizens. Team Rocket... Oh, wait, you're not the guy. You're the guy talking... No, this is the guy here. This fucking guy. Hello there, have I got a deal just for you? I'll let you have a swell Magikarp for just 500. I might as well and just get it earlier and get Magikarp out of the way off my Pokedex. Yeah, sure, I'll give a name to the Magikarp. This is where things get difficult. I didn't even think of what kind of a name I'd give it. Magikarp. It's a fish. That sounds like a poem that you'd write when you were like 10 years old. Magikarp is a fish. Its tail goes swish swish, bitch. Swish swish, bitch. That won't even fit in. The swish, bitch. Just get off the word swish and get off the word bitch. Okay, this is going to be really dumb, but like the first thing I thought when I was thinking of the word fish is like officiate. Well, no, I won't call it that. I'll actually use this spelling, because that's the first thing I thought of, and this is just the most typical Pokemon nickname you could expect on this ridiculous channel from an LP by me, is that I would nickname the Magikarp Officiate. And like the whole reason why I'm naming it Officiate is because well, it's level 5, there you go. The whole reason I'm calling it Officiate is because there's this part in Keen and Kel in that episode where they move to Pumice, Montana, so Roger can become Ranger Roger Rockmore. There's this part where they're in school, and the teacher's like, put officiate into a sentence, and Keenan's like, a man got sick because of officiate. And I'm like, oh my god. I've just always remembered that dumb joke. Well, geez, we're just filling up our time here. At the start of this video, we were right here outside Mount Moon. And at the end of this video, we're coming up to the end of this video, we're right here outside Mount Moon. We might as well get a bit of a ways into this thing. Pick up some TMs over here. I think this is, yeah, TM12 water gun, which unfortunately Officiate can't even learn. And what's this over here? A potion. Well, I actually need that. Suspicious. Men are in the cave. What about you? I'm about as suspicious as they come, I think. Seeing as I'm just going around here with all my big troop of Pokemon. We're actually making some crazy progress when you think of it. I mean, like, in this video alone, we got... Oh my god, look at its sprite! It's crazy! But it only knows Splash. It can't... It actually can do legitimately nothing. We still have Kat Denning in the party. Not sure what I'm going to do about, like, leveling up. Do you know what I might do is I might just leave Officiate in the daycare center when we get there. I think that's probably, like, a better idea. Because I have other Pokemon I'm more interested in leveling up, and leveling up... Like, it's bad enough having to do this switching out nonsense for one Pokemon. Having to do it for two Pokemon is just going to be torture. Because there's no... Like, nobody wants to watch a video where it's just me using... like, fighting a Kakuna with a Metapod. Like, we'll do it now, just so that we have it done, just so that that's off our bucket list. A video where a level 7 Kat Dennings fights a level 11 Kakuna. We might as well do it now and get it off the list. Because we're pretty much, what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up doing 1 damage to this stupid thing. Is what's going to happen, but at least we'll get the experience. So yeah, maybe that would be the, at least then, like, that would be an option as well to show off the daycare center, which is something like that you usually never would do in an LP. Like, the thing is with LPs, like, Pokemon LPs, for a type of game that has so much scope for diversity and so many options, Pokemon LPs always seem, in my experience, anyway, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but for the most part, Pokemon LPs, like, tended to, unless they're like blind LPs, I think that's probably like the exception. Because blind LPs, usually the person doesn't know what they're doing and they're actually legitimately excited when they find a new Pokemon that they've never seen before, and they actually want to catch it and use it, and they end up with multiple different ones. But the majority of Pokemon LPs by people who are seasoned Pokemon players, or people who have played Pokemon games before, they tend to be somewhat the same, and not that they use the same Pokemon or anything, because that's generally not the case, but generally the same as far as the approach is concerned, and the approach is that, okay, you get your, like, team of 6 good Pokemon, and they're going to be your team of 6 good Pokemon that you use for the whole game, and all the kind of stuff like random Pokemon that you see that you might want to use, or using the daycare center, or, you know, that kind of stuff just falls by the wayside, or even buying this Magikarp, because generally this is just a bad idea. Generally buying that Magikarp is seen as a waste of is seen as a waste of money, because, like, it's so unusable. Magikarp becomes such an easy Pokemon to get as soon as you get the old rod. And by the time I bring it to the daycare center, I'm pretty much going to have access to the old rod anyway, but if nothing else, it's just going to be a fun thing to do, and something that I showed off in this LP, because maybe this LP will become, by virtue of the fact that we're getting every Pokemon possible, like, maybe this LP will become the most one of the most comprehensive Pokemon LPs out there, where you do pretty much as possible in this game, because you won't have a choice. You'll have to, because you want to get all the Pokemons. You'll have to go everywhere. You'll have to, like, think about everything. You'll have to show everything off, you know? Well, there's a Geodude. As I say, what I'm thinking at the moment, because I'm pretty sure if I catch it later on in the rock tunnel, that Geodude is going to be about like 8 or 9 levels higher maybe. Ditto for Zubat. I'm pretty sure, speak of the devil, it's Zubat. Like, I'm pretty sure it'll make more sense to just catch them later on. Like, Zubat is probably like 10 levels higher in the rock tunnel than that. Like, I'm pretty sure the Pokemon in the rock tunnel are around the level 17, 18 mark, you know? Which makes a big difference. I mean, having to level up Zubat only like 4 levels instead of having to level it up like 15 levels makes a huge difference. So, that's that for this part of Let's Play Pokemon Blue. I know we didn't make much headway into Mount Moon, but we actually got a lot of progress done in terms of our ultimate goal to catch them all, because we gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. But yeah, in the next part we're going to make more headway into Mount Moon. There's still more Pokemon there that we need to catch, so thanks a million for watching this part. Any input you have is greatly appreciated and always considered, if not always implemented. So make sure to give me that in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.